Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The episode starts now.
The Justice Podcast with your hosts, Amber Wagner and Jacob Willis.
What's the deal, y'all? Welcome to episode 78. It's your girl, Just Living, baby.
And your boy, Jacob Willis, and you tune into the Just Us Podcast. As you guys can see, we're not alone, okay? Because not only is my cousin on the throne, but her man is here too. Kayla is a business entrepreneur, boss and CEO. Manuel is a boss as well. They're a business couple, a power couple, and they're here today. And I'm so excited from San Antonio, Texas. Yes. Kayla and Manuel, what's up?
What's up?
How are you?
I feel so good. I mean, after that shot, I'm really awake now.
Oh, it's warm.
Right? It feels good.
Well, that wasn't the only shot. I had espresso before I got here.
Oh, usually I have a triple
so
shot.
I'm crunked and good.
You guys enjoying California so far?
We love California.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know people want to go away and come back. We just want to stay here. We love this beach.
We don't want to go back to
We don't
Texas.
want to go back.
I don't want you to go back.
Well, we're not. Well, we'll be back.
Okay.
We're looking at houses. So.
Yes. How you feeling, Amber?
I'm always good.
Okay, I know that's right.
All right, we hanging.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we start off every episode with a mental health moment. And you guys are both parents. Parents go through mental health as well as their kids. How do you guys check on your kids and see how they feel mentally, even when you guys have times that you guys are going through your own mental battle?
Ooh, that's good. I think I'm like the mental health specialist of the family.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. But no, I think it's important to lead with guidance, right? Like they're always looking at you. So I try my best as a mother not to be perfect or have such an expectation of them, but to teach them the way, like give them the formula is what we always say. And kind of like just a manual of life. Like we don't take things too seriously and we don't take things too lightly because it's all principle, right? So I'm really big on being honest with yourself and being accountable and having hard conversations and communicating. And we have the best communication with our kids. Now teenagers are teenagers, right, babe? And
Absolutely.
it's hard, but I kind of just put myself in that teenager realm because I was a kid too. Like I'm always trying to heal that inner child or satisfy that inner child, right? Whether it's my passion or purpose. And so I think we're just honest with our kids and we hear them out and we don't say, do this just because I said. We give them a voice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And also to piggyback off of that is, we know we live in an imperfect world, but we try to make our household as close as perfect as possible. It's like perfect practice leads to a perfect situation for them. So we try to instill in them that, hey, when you cross the lines of these doors here, or these windows, you're a representation of our household.
Right.
You're a reflection of who we are and what you are when you cross those lines. So we always say, hey, honor your mom, honor your dad.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a
Honor your
line in
parents.
our house,
when
like
you're
daily.
not here, you do that daily.
Like you did some crazy stuff, Carson. Honor your mom. Like
Right.
what are you doing?
That's
Same
how it
thing.
be.
You have to be honest with them, and they're human, and so are we. So we take it day by day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love that. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You want to say she's excited. Go ahead, friend.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I wanted to say, I know you guys, of course, but our audience, doesn't, but they're about to find out. I want to know, take me, to your childhood. Where are you guys from? What do you guys do?
I'll start first. San Antonio, Texas, born and raised. I started my professional journey in insurance, and I've always been a go-getter. I was raised by my grandparents, so my grandmother, shout out to Grandma and Papa, they raised a wonderful woman, and I never really realized that until I became a mother myself. So there's a lot of things that I take with me in parenting and just being a woman and being a professional that she showed me because she had her own business. So it's really nice too, and you'll hear about it from Manuel, but plugging into an entrepreneur who has been doing this for a while. I mean, he's seasoned. We think the same, but his obviously on a higher level. And yeah, I started in the insurance game, went to finance and business development and helping financial advisors develop their business the best way that I knew how. And I was successful at it, and I was the top performer. And so now it's kind of like shifting into a healthcare space, and it's new, but it's hand in hand, just helping people and serving others by
Right.
making them better.
I know that's right.
So hopefully that was good.
It was great. How about you, Manuel?
So I am from Gary, Indiana. Also born and raised. I guess it's from the hood to Hollywood now, right? But
Literally.
No, for real. You made it.
Google Gary.
I mean, because
Jesus.
when I lived there, obviously there were some challenges there, right? Because when you're living in quote unquote the murder capital of the world, at least that's what it was considered at that time, you have to fight. You have to fight daily. You have to push through some of the most vicious barriers that are out there.
Yeah.
And most of the time it's yourself. Always like to say it's not the enemy, it's the enemy, right? But you're fighting yourself to be better in a world that, hey, it's not going to give you it's not going to deal you all the cards that you want, right? So I was able to really overcome that. And my first experience was coming from Gary, Indiana to, believe it or not, California. So huge culture shock, right? Like,
Yeah, no, seriously.
huge culture shock. And so, when you start to get in this environment, people don't realize this place makes you a very well-rounded individual, like across the board, because you're learning about different cultures, different people, right?
Yeah.
And so I was able to pick up on all these different dynamics, all this diversity, right, here in this area, and really flourish with it because I was raised by my grandmother, and my grandmother always told me, hey, I want you to have the best of all worlds. I want you to be out there, get out there, and I want you to experience life. Even though we only have this little bubble here in Gary, Indiana, I want you to go and see the world for what it is. Because what you think it is not. It's much bigger than what you think.
Right.
And so think, be, do, right? So that's kind of my motto and how I operate. I'm like, well, shoot, I don't need to just stay in this place where I can get real easily comfortable in the chaos.
Right.
Seeing my peers do some of the most obscene things in the world, I don't have to do that, right? I could do something better. I could elevate this whole dynamic of not only myself, but my family, and elevate a whole nother legacy in front of me. So,
And you did that. A lot of people don't make it out of Gary, Indiana.
they don't.
Just a couple of the Jackson did. I think my friend Casey and you.
right?
Kudos.
Yes,
Right. That's a big
absolutely.
deal.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, I know that you guys are a power couple at that.
Yes.
And I want to go alongside you guys' journey and how you guys met. I want to talk about the first date and how you guys, how did that come about?
That might be dangerous. No.
I will tell you, we're an AI couple.
We're algorithm
We're
couple.
algorithm.
I just made that up right now.
I know, but it's cool.
We
though.
say it all the
because it's so
time.
true, though.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, we literally met on a dating app.
Which one?
It was Hinge. Oh, can I say that?
You can.
Okay. I don't know if I need a disclosure. No, I'm just kidding. But no, we met on Hinge, and what's funny? I was totally against it. And my papa, it's bad when your grandpa is like, it's time for you to get out there again. And I'm like, no, because then there's going to be like a serial killer and then the second location. And I didn't want to do it, but I was open, and my best friend at the time convinced me, and I met him, and he was just so, in our conversation, so witty. And I'm like, we'll just tell everybody that we met at HEB, like in the grocery store, something. We were reaching for the avocados, but then obviously this is the truth. But
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So that's how we met, believe it or not.
So how was the first date? Take me on it.
So the first day, we went to Bliss,
Yep.
which was it's a very nice restaurant in San Antonio, and so literally as I'm getting her in the car, and at the time I was driving, I think it was a Range Rover, right?
It was a Range Rover.
And so I pull up, and she didn't get a chance to see me until I stepped outside of the car. So I step outside of the car. I'm 6'5", 260, so like I carry a presence,
Talk
right?
your shit.
But I'm very traditional too.
Yeah.
So like I
Yeah.
get out and I'm opening her door. I think there was a tinkle right there when I
Right
opened
there,
her
it
door.
was like it's probably inappropriate. We're a little inappropriate.
It's okay. We're
Yeah.
So I saw her in that big old booty, and I was like, this is nice.
Not the big booty. That's so funny.
So I get her in the door, but literally on the way to the restaurant, we could talk for hours, and we did that, and we
Yeah.
starting from the first time we saw each other in the eyes, because obviously when you're on dating apps, you're having a conversation, right? And it's an interview
Yeah.
process. So
And
we
it's
are
also
interviewing.
different. Let's talk about catfishing. That's
Right?
a fact.
Hello.
So, look, Jacob's been catfished. Probably I have.
So we're on that interview, right? But literally, it was so seamless. It just felt so effortlessly on the date. Like, it was crazy because, you know, we're getting out of the car to get into the restaurant, and I'm like, hey, you know, is it okay if I show you a little
Such
PDA?
a gentleman.
You know?
If I could he asked me if he could hold my hand. Like,
Wow.
we live in a day and age where everybody's just like, it's not as traditional, right?
Yeah.
And I would think, I'm not really traditional, but I am. Like, I have a certain expectation.
Absolutely.
And he was just a gentleman the whole night, opening my door. You know, my papa told me how to be treated, and he was all of that, and then some.
I know that's
lovely.
right.
Everything felt easy, and it was like I
Yes.
knew him already.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
great.
good to hear a success story from dating sites because I got some bad ones. So
I know. So
I
I
like
think
that.
everybody
I think
does.
we all do,
Yeah,
right?
I've had some flukes.
I think
for
I
sure.
met a girl that had hairy arms. She had
my God,
stockings
babe.
on, legs were all hairy, and laid down like a do-rag. It was
Come on.
crazy.
Right.
Not a do-rag. And she had no waves on them legs.
No
my
waves on the
God.
legs.
That's
Yes.
tragic.
Well, how often, I mean, like literally that you even take it to the next step on a dating website at all? I mean, yes, you go back and forth, but not many people even get to go on that first date from the
Oh, he was my
websites.
first date, by the way.
And
He's my first
she
and
was
only.
mine too. Yeah, my one and only as well on that
Yeah.
website.
So y'all
And
got off
thank
the site?
God. Yeah.
Well, of course now, but you know.
I'm a Scorpio. I said I need to see the app off.
Yeah,
I need
was,
to see it logged out. Confirmation.
But it's also a respect factor thing. It's like, you know,
of course.
do unto others you want done unto you, right? So it's like I wanted her to feel comfortable throughout that entire process because, you know, the walls are up. You know, even my walls are up because it's
Yeah.
like you're dating somebody, you don't know what to anticipate next, and so you're
Right.
like looking for all the red flags.
Well,
All of them.
especially if you, and if I can interject,
Sure.
especially if you've had a red flag relationship.
Yes.
And I think I went through a really dark time where I didn't understand why I was meeting such dark people when I'm the opposite. And it was so refreshing to just like meet another man of character and a man that like loves God, that does the right thing when nobody's looking,
Amen.
is a good father, a single father. Like, and so I admired that because I was a single mom, and now like 2 years later, it's like, or however much time it is, it feels like eternity because it feels like we were just like a puzzle piece, like we just fit together, like a missing piece of my life. Because I was fine, like I was very independent. I held my own. God has blessed me with so much, as a single mother, and that's not always the story. And so, it's hard. And so God ordered my steps. I prayed for exactly what I want. I did my Sierra prayer, and bam,
All right now.
it was there. I was like, oh, and he's tall. Thank you, Lord.
Okay, praise him. I need to go listen to that Sierra prayer again.
For sure.
Just download Hinge. Pray about it first.
And it's also becoming who you want to be. Like who you want in your life, you have to become that. It's like I always strive to work on myself first, and I always tell Kayla, it's like, in this relationship, if we want this to flourish long term, we can't just grow. We have to grow together.
Right.
You know, it's like you gotta make the concession or the sacrifice to say, okay, I see you reading that book over there. Let me go ahead and spend 15 minutes with you reading that book.
Wow.
15
Must
minutes
be
with you,
nice.
right?
20 minutes,
Dang.
whatever it is.
It's gonna
just-
be nice, but you
it's-
got to speak that and say it is for me. So in this time of waiting, I am gonna work on me, and I'm gonna be the best me, and I'm gonna date me, and I'm gonna discipline me and hold me accountable me and be the best me I could be.
Okay.
And then when you focus on yourself, bam, it just comes out of nowhere because I never would have thought. I was like, I'm never getting married. I am traumatized from this last relationship. I've got my kids. We've got our family. I'm making 6 figures, sometimes 7 at the time, and I'm good and we're comfortable and I'm good by myself. And so when you have somebody that adds to you, it's easy to be like, we can partner.
Yeah.
There's a lot of love going on. We got to switch the reels a little bit.
Yeah, I know. We're getting all
So
romantic.
tell us about this business. Let's get into some business. Talk about that. What's going on?
Right?
Well, it's funny. A great segue because MPKM, that's a spinoff of our names.
Yeah.
So MP stands for Missing Piece. And that actually came from a song, Nothing Without You.
Don't look at me. You know how.
That's our song. And in the song, she's talking about the
Yes.
missing piece,
Shout
right?
out to Tannerelle. Isn't
Tannerelle,
that
yeah,
what? I hope I'm saying her name right, but like that song is beautiful.
It is very
Yeah.
beautiful, very magical. So missing piece, and then KM, which is Kayla Manuel.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
Look at that.
Come
Okay.
on.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the
Solutions.
heart. Like, of course, it's healthcare. MPKM, Innovative Solutions. That's what our business is called. He's the president, one of the founders of MPKM. I'm the CEO of MPKM, and we work together in every aspect of caring for others and serving others. So what that looks like in layman's terms is stem cell technology. And if you've heard of it, if you know, you know. Yeah. But it is really crossing into a whole nother, revolutionary segue of healthcare as we know it. And it is, we talk about stem cell, or we talk about, amniotic skin grafts, and actually healing wounds for a demographic where they're kind of forgotten about, right? Like, so your neighbors or your parents, we all age, and everybody deserves that gap to be bridged, right? And we just use that stem cell technology. He's a big avid user of it, and so we're passionate about it. So it's easy to say, our missing piece of us as a family, as a unit, as a team, as a partnership, but also the missing piece in healthcare and what people deserve to do, which is heal. Like, that's the basic thing.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
What is stem cell?
So stem cell technology, stem cell derives from, and in some cases it's a different situation, because it can derive from an umbilical cord or a placenta. Stem cell would be from any type of embryo cell.
Okay.
So, as we age, right? Like, and I have to kind of relate this story to, like, if you have a grown person and they're riding a bike, right? If they fall off that bike, they fall, they hurt themselves, they get a wound, right?
Right.
Their body is not quick to go heal that wound. Why? Because that's an age stem cell. Like, we're talking whatever age they are, 40, 50, 60 years old, right?
Got it.
But if you have like a 4 or 5-year-old girl, she has that same result. She falls off the bike. Her body immediately rushes to repair that area, right? That because it's a young, youthful stem cell. Stem cells derive it is the game changer to everything. We're talking, it builds your brain, your bone,
Regenerative.
regenerates everything. But it has to be a young stem cell in order to do that process.
Okay.
So our business comes from that. It's like they're using placentas, and it's not coming from Mexico or anything crazy like that.
Right.
FDA
Tijuana.
It's from a planned C-section where the donor, the mother, donates her placenta to science, and you have these folks in the lab that just basically strip off the chorion layer, that carries all the maternal antigens, and they only use the amniotic layer. That's the embryo layer.
Okay.
And they take that and they just use it for different purposes. I mean, you can hear people getting their wounds healed, or, repairing their back or repairing their brain. Exosomes is a huge thing, because exosomes breaks the neck barrier to the brain. People don't know this stuff.
No,
and they don't know it exists.
We're nerdy.
I feel like I'm back at
Right?
school.
I know.
Yeah, no,
it's
but
so-
There's it's a
informative.
science.
Like, I'm really
Yes.
like, what?
It's a
Yes.
science, and it's really the next step.
And
so
the crazy part is I got into this business because it wasn't about the money. I could care less about the money. When they said, hey, stem cell therapy is being covered by Medicare, the government, I was like, oh, I'm all in. I'm all in, because I was a huge advocate of it. I've been doing these treatments myself.
right.
Wow.
And obviously, I'm 40, but I look a lot like 20, 25
Come on
these
now.
days.
Does.
Because,
Yeah, for sure.
Right. I'm like, damn.
because
Y'all
it
both
works.
good.
It does work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, okay, I wanted to ask this too. You were a 6-figure check before you met a homeboy
Yes,
here,
let's
right?
be clear.
How was it, because you're a millionaire, self-made millionaire now.
Yes.
You guys are dating in a power couple. How was it for you in the dating realm before you met this gentleman as a woman who has her own? Oftentimes women who are breadwinners, it's very hard for you to find somebody that's even on your level.
Yeah, the expectation is high, especially when
Yeah.
you deal with someone so low. And so, my kids deserve the best of the best. And I'm not the type of mother to have anyone around my kids or, take things casually. So I was single for 2 years. and I was celibate for 2 years, and I literally like sacrificed, and it's really like a fast, and it's a sacrifice of your whole being and your body, your mind, your soul. I took that time to do therapy so that the trauma and the negative things that were done to me that were out of my control don't start projecting onto others, and others meaning my kids first over everything. And so, yeah, the expectation was super, super high. And I was very careful about who I allowed in my space, in my kids' space, in my home, because that was my safe haven after, when your peace gets stripped away, it's a big deal, and peace is priceless. There's no dollar amount for that. So I think just really being secluded and spending time with God and spending time really working on myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then when they come along, you know how to recognize them.
Hello.
And I also know the red flags. So I was not interested in dating. You meet people out when you're out and about, and it's just like, oh, like I was really turned off from the dating world. And a lot of people are. Like, I have single friends with no kids and that are in the life, right? Which I'm sure you guys can relate to. And, the water is not that good. And it's worse.
It's toxic. It's
like,
poison.
there's a stink there in the dating pool.
It's marinated in odor.
It is bad. And everybody needs to get out, and we need to start over. Yeah, but man, I'm blessed, and I know he was blessed because I know I'm a good woman and I'm a good mom, and I bring that to his life because men should be leaders, right? And they can't be maternal, and so I want to be able to bring that to him and bring the value to that as well, other than our relationship, right? But he's a good father figure to my kids, and I'm a good mother figure to his, and we're like the Brady Bunch. It's amazing.
It's pretty deep. It's pretty deep because with raising the children that I have, I was mom and dad in that process, and there were times I had to be maternal, which I didn't understand, but
that's a normal now. That is a normal thing.
Crazy.
That's changing.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
And so, because I was raised by my grandmother, I can obviously handle certain things in that. But what Kayla brings to the table when it comes to maturity and motherhood, it's amazing. And when I met her, I knew automatically out the gate, she's a great mom.
Period.
Period.
Thank you.
So I knew, I was like, okay, if she can handle those 3 little hooligans, she can handle my 2 big ones, right? Like, I knew it, right?
Yeah,
right
toddlers and teens are very hand in hand. Like, they're gang members is what I call them sometimes. I'm like, oh my God. If you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. Blink twice if you need help. Like, seriously. It's hard. Motherhood is the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. But it's nice, though, because now it's like, because I obviously didn't want to impede on what she and who she was already, just add more value to who she was, right? So, I introduced her to things, but I kind of did it in increments. I didn't throw up on her all at once, right?
That's right.
Because I wanted her to feel confident, not only in this relationship, but to also be confident in her feminine. Because you don't get that often. Most women, they have to go out and scratch and claw just like we do in 2025. Yeah. Right? So I wanted to add layers to her and add value to her where, hey, we can do some things, and not only apart but together. Because there's strength in numbers.
He was patient.
I hope these men are listening.
And they need to, because
Straight up.
what people don't realize is there is a lack of guidance, and there's a lack of accountability in our generation and the generation after and the new generation coming. And it's like, you got to be honest with yourself. You cannot, there's a level of delusion in people's mental health, like we talked about earlier. And so you got to look in the inner you and be able to say, hey, I need to be it's not even about being a better man or a better woman or a better whoever, professional, whatever you are. It's like having good character. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you have good character and you treat people how they want to, how you would want to be treated, and you're accountable and you're self-aware is a big thing, yes. I feel. You're able to be a grown man, a grown woman. And that's saying, I'm going to carry myself in a certain way too.
Right. Yeah. Dignity, self-respect, self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
It takes a lot of work too, though. I'm still working on it myself.
It's constant work.
Absolutely.
It's a journey. Yeah.
Well, I have a story, and it's about a couple, and I want to read it, and just get y'all opinions, what y'all feel.
Okay, all right. Let's do it.
Okay. They wrote in, they said, I called my man a bitch, and now I can't see him the same. We got into an argument about him leaving his shoes in the middle of the floor. It was such a small argument, but it got blown out of proportion because as opposed to him just picking the shoes up, he blew up. I hate that overly emotional shit, and he does it often. I had been meditating on calling him a bitch, but I never did it because I always thought he would trip out. But this time, it just slipped my tongue, and he surprisingly ignored it. So I thought I was tripping, or maybe he didn't hear it. So I said it a second time, and still nothing. I was so shocked, so I did it once more because I just couldn't believe. And he finally said, you need to chill on that B word. It made me lose respect for him after letting me get away with it so many times. I feel like he's a punk. I look at him as sassy now, probably a little sexually compromised, and just overall weak. Is that bad? Have any other girls experienced this? What type of man is he? Should this affect the way I think of him like it does, or should I let it go? Because I don't know. I really just look at him like a bitch-ass nigga now, but I can't help how much I truly love him and can't see myself letting him go. I hope this doesn't make me start running over him.
Is she serious?
Ooh, that was a lot.
That is first of all, I hope you are okay because I have dealt with one of those, and chances are if you're feeling those tendencies, it's a big red flag because us as women, we have to understand that we're not ever going to be soft, and if we're thinking that, there's a reason for that. And it's not one, and it's not even two. It's a trend.
Oh, yeah.
And so, dealing with it by myself, right? You have to be like, okay, I'm doing the same insane thing over and over again, expecting him to be different, and he's not a man. So you can't make a man out of a little boy or, in this case, a B word, right?
Right.
So those tendencies are red flags, basically.
I agree.
And that's how I feel about that, babe.
Yeah, I mean, there's some obviously underlying issues there.
Yeah.
I think it goes deeper than just the shoes being on the floor.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff been going on.
You know, there's been stuff going on there, but that's okay. You're going to have those breakdowns in relationships. They're going to happen. Again, it goes back to growth. Is he willing to grow beyond that and become a man?
Right.
Or is him being that little boy, and that obviously affects her to a point where she's thinking about considering other options, right? Which is okay too.
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself,
Right.
but they need to come together and have that talk, that
honest
hard
conversation.
talk,
Right.
right? That's that.
Because it also, I mean, it's like a job. Like, it's probably not a fit.
Right.
Like, I would be mad about the shoes on the floor too. Like, I pick up after myself, and I don't want to pick up after a grown man.
And the funny part is we talk about this every day with our children.
Yeah.
Hey, pick up your shoes off the floor. They don't belong here, right? Someone could trip over these things. What's your problem,
If I
right?
step on another dinosaur,
Listen.
enough is enough.
So I can only imagine a grown man, right?
Right, and you have to, as a woman, you can't be so locked in on having a man around or a man living with you. Why, if it's not y'all's house together and y'all are not married, why are we shacking up?
Yeah.
Focus on yourself, focus on your home, focus on you, and you won't attract these people with those tendencies.
Absolutely.
But to say the term sassy just because he didn't respond to you calling him a bitch
That was
twice
a little
first,
immature. She
and then
sounds a little
second,
toxic.
it is toxic because what if he was trying to be the bigger person, ignore the bitch words, and then the third one strike the nerve.
And
He's
she
I'm just
kept
going to let it
thinking
go
it-
the first 2 times.
And she kept thinking to say it over and over again, like,
She
you're
was
really
aggressive.
Right, so you're really the
she
toxic
was
one, boo boo.
aggressive.
I'm sorry, not sorry. Like, girl.
childish.
She was the toxic one. That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
right.
And it works on both sides, like Manuel said. And first of all, a man has to know his worth too. So
Absolutely.
I would never fix my mouth to call him a B because he doesn't give me that energy. He doesn't leave his stuff in the floor. And if he does, guess what? That's a partnership. Like, he has 100% days. He has 20% days, 50. I have 0% sometimes because, juggling being a mom and being a human being and a citizen of society and a dad and a spouse. And it's a lot.
It's a lot
So
every day.
you have to you have to understand the proof in the pudding. Like, my body could be rejecting you. My emotions are rejecting you because I'm looking at you as a B. or he could be not who he wants to be with. So he's depressed and leaving his shoes everywhere.
Right.
Like,
That
y'all have to be honest with yourself.
Right?
And if we're talking from a high level primitive nature, right? Like that happens in the lion's den all the time, right?
Yeah.
Because
if you're a good man, I'm going to pick up your shoes for you.
But,
You've had a hard day,
and
honey.
also it's like, look, the relationships and the way I look at it is it's not 50-50, you know, because everybody's trying to figure this whole thing out about you want to do 50-50. No,
That's
it's
a big topic
100.
these days.
It's 100, 100. I'm going to give
right.
you 100 of everything that I got, and you're going to give me 100% of what you got. So on days I can't perform, you're there. When you can't do what you need to do, I'm there for you. You know,
And it's a partnership.
And it's a partnership,
Right.
and that's how you work it.
Balance.
So Keisha, figure it out. I know that's not your name, but that's the energy you're giving.
It's giving
Okay,
Keisha.
figure it out. You guys. Hey, are you guys enjoying this episode?
If so, make sure you stream us on all your favorite podcast platforms.
With that being said, you guys enjoy the remainder of the show.
Thanks for tuning in.
Guys do not belong together. Clearly, he's not man enough for you.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out the woman that you need to be in your next relationship as well. You know, normalizing a man respecting you for calling him a bitch ass nigga, it's not anything.
Yeah, you're
normal.
not going to get respect if you're
No,
not giving it.
right.
So let's not call each other
Right.
names like back in preschool. Like I tell my son, let's not
Right.
use names, right? And if you do, because you're human, like you could have just had a bad day, or maybe, you know, like I've said some not nice things sometimes, right? And the next day when I'm more myself and less, maybe I was ovulating. I don't know, you know, but I'm accountable, and I'm like, dude, whatever I said, it was not right, and that's hear me out from this point. And he hears me, and we figure it out, and we move on. And he says, 1, 2, 3, future. Like, let's stop dwelling on the past. And that's how we move across things, because we're human. We're two different people with two different identities, and you have to have grace with your partner.
Yeah.
And realize too that anytime you're in a relationship, when you say something negative to someone, you're essentially taken from the bank, right?
Yeah.
So now you've got to find ways to
love
add to the bank.
That's good.
Whether that
I
be
love
dinner,
that.
Yeah,
whether
that's a bar.
whether that be, hey babe, I'm gonna rub your back. You have to build the bank in your relationship,
Wow.
because it can get depleted.
Got chills a little bit. Yeah.
It can get depleted, and you have to
Go,
work.
girl.
And it's like eating an elephant. You can't eat an elephant at once. You have to eat it one bite at a time, right?
Take your
Yeah.
time.
So you got to take your time, and
Yeah.
it's a relationship, right? So you got to build that bank, and it could be any small things. Write a love note, you know, like
Build that bank.
Build
That's
that bank. Be
right.
passionate
We be
about
building the
your
bank,
relationship,
y'all.
and simply passion is to pass it on. I'm gonna pass my love for you on to you.
Right.
But you
Right.
see, this is grown man energy, and not all men are there.
They're
and it's
not.
okay, because I have 4 brothers. You guys mature differently, okay? And it's no shade, right? But you
Right.
guys mature differently, and we have different anatomy, and that's okay. And so you have to, if you want grown man energy, get with a grown man. You can't. Somebody like making you
Okay.
feel away is
Damn
a
it.
red flag. It's your body. It's not a good fit. Just like a job. Like if it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit. Next, be honest with that person and don't waste the other person's time, because
like that.
he's in it. It's really easy.
I don't even have a man, but I feel like I'm in therapy, and I
No,
didn't even
for
know I
real.
needed
This is so
Oh,
needed.
no.
It's refreshing.
I am an avid believer of therapy. Ask my honey. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, babe, like, it's very important, because, you know, when you come from, you know, a childhood that's not the average, right? I had my grandparents, and they did an amazing job, obviously, because I should have been a statistic, right? But, you know, you have to be grown. Like if you're gonna be grown, be grown and have those hard conversations with yourself and look in the mirror. You can't expect to have a fruitful relationship if you're calling your man out of his name. Imagine if you called me out. I would have been like, oh no, this is not gonna happen, because I've been there, and I don't like. I want nothing toxic. I'm not saying I need you perfect, but you have to have respect for me. Because I'm never going to call you out of your name. So let's not, you know, and so, and then it gets abusive. So it's like, you have to take accountability for your abusive tendencies and things that you can work on. Otherwise, it sounds like they should both be single and working on themselves in their careers or whatever they're doing.
Because they're essentially probably looking for another outlet anyway. Most people are looking for outlets, right?
That's true.
And it's like how I look at things. It's like, look, the only outlet, honestly, is God.
Amen.
Look to God first, because if you're working in unison with that, then you're working on yourself with God daily, right? You're trying to be more like him, right? And if your partner's working in that same direction, that's where you're heading.
That's
You're in
that
that
agape love.
triangle, once you get to that top,
Right to the cross.
you're right there, and you're there together, right? But
Right.
because you can't go find outlets everywhere, because like I can see homegirl, she's probably so tired. She probably like, I'm gonna go to the club with my friends. That's another outlet. Is that the right outlet? No,
Now you're going to
it's
find
not.
another one with tendencies.
And you're going to realize the grass is not green on the
Yeah.
other side, right? But if you're seeking the kingdom first, you're seeking God's wisdom first. Pick up a Bible, girl.
Right.
Don't worry about that man. Pick up a Bible at that point. Don't try to go hang out with your friends at the club. Try to find some new ninja.
There's gonna be a stink there.
There's going to be another stink there. Find it
They
in
have
yourself.
some nice
Find it with God.
lounges,
You know, and
right?
so
No, but-
that's how I look at it too. It's like, look, because
Yeah.
we're all going to search for a certain type of outlet, and it's like, no, because
Right.
his is probably video games, right? The reason why he didn't pick up the shoes,
Right, he can't
hey,
focus.
Yeah. He's got ADHD. He needs his
I'm
magnesium.
over here in this bag. I'm in my bag in this game right now, right?
right,
Like,
right.
I ain't got time for those shoes.
I love that. You guys give such great advice. I love it.
We
Wait,
give each
doubt.
other great advice too.
Yeah.
Like I'm always asking him for advice. I think I give you my advice more than you'd like.
It's only
But he
because I'm
never
older.
makes me feel. Yeah, you know he's 40. I'm 31. Well, I'll be 32 this year.
Yeah.
And so it's been a refreshing thing for me to have somebody that's so wise. And he's obviously, came from the bottom, and he works off of his character, his heart, and his brain in that order, I feel like. And God before all of that.
Hello,
and
number
that's
one.
what makes him successful. People think it's money. You're born into it, or you did something shady. No, this man does everything. He will not touch it unless it's fruitful soil. And I use that word with him all the time because that's what I noticed about him. Because you can't expect to grow off of bad soil.
Right.
Treating people bad, not having a good reputation, not paying your bills,
Stealing from
not
people.
paying
I mean,
people,
it's
stealing
crazy.
from people, not showing
crazy.
gratitude or grace, because God did it for you, and
Come
so
on.
that's the big thing for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that, y'all. It's like, what is it? What we say?
Equally yoked.
Equally
Equally
yoked.
yoked.
That's what it's about right here. I can feel that.
Absolutely,
That's beautiful.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
We're blessed for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, now I've been trying to get back. We gotta circle back.
I know.
all right.
Okay.
About the
Right.
placenta and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if a woman is pregnant and she wants to like donate, like how would y'all find her? Like, is it like some regulations? Like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this. Like, how old do you have to be? Like, I just want to tap into that.
That's a good question. So there are so many tissue banks
Okay.
in the country. People don't know about these.
They don't? I didn't even know
It's the
about
places of research. And so, you don't even have to call it out, right? Like if you say, oh, I want to donate, they're already asking you the question while you're at the hospital.
Yeah, you're filling it out in
You're
your
filling
paperwork.
out your paperwork.
If you had a baby, they ask you, they say, and what's crazy is we should be able to, like, it's our placenta, right? We shouldn't have to pay for our placenta to be dried, to be cured, to be, go through all these supplemental things that people usually, the average family or household can't afford. And it's like $10,000 or $15,000, I think, the last time I had a baby, right? And
that's
if it's
to
not
preserve
used, you
the embryo
donate it.
cord, the
So
embryo.
instead of just throwing
Yeah.
it in the trash,
Yeah.
they are literally using it with your permission. You sign the paperwork. Most people are just signing after they give birth, but it's going to a tissue bank to, donate to case studies and research, which is what we do. And that's how we heal people
Okay.
from those antigens and that brand new life and that brand new stem cell that hasn't been aged, it hasn't been tainted, and you're healing with brand new cells.
So how do you get the cells into the body?
There's a lot of ways.
There's a
Like
lot of
he's
ways.
done stem cell, where you go out into, this resort and it's like an IV situation. And if you have a bad knee, if you have back
Shut
pain,
the front door
if you're
right
having
now. God, this is
dementia,
serious.
I mean, it's a movement that people should know. And it's crazy that it's not available and accessible to our everyday American that pays taxes. Yeah.
Right, my-
From,
Yeah, her
and
aunt
it could
has
be
dementia.
dementia.
Yeah,
It could be
wow.
leukemia. I mean, people that are doing stem cell, and it's a case study because it's not like on the shelf, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like people that are doing it are reversing their symptoms. They're chronic or terminal symptoms.
Yeah.
And so we're doing
It's
it
no
on a
joke.
smaller scale, obviously, of wound care, right? And so we're helping seniors, usually the audience of the target audience of Medicare, traditional Medicare Part B patients who have a wound that cannot heal. I talked to a lady today, 10 years. 10 years she's had a wound on her foot. She doesn't deserve to live the rest of her days like that. And so that's what our movement is about. Yes, there's science. Yes, there's, business a part of it, but we're essentially here to serve others. And what our government isn't doing, we are happy to do.
Right.
Under these case studies, under making a difference in our moms and our dads and our uncles and our neighbors and our pastors, right? Like it's important.
Yeah. So with the audience, there's a lot of people that are watching this podcast today,
Yeah.
and they want to know, okay, I need this.
Yeah.
How can I find you guys? So you
Straight
guys
up.
have your website?
We do. We have, you can reach us at MPKM Heals, like healing a wound. So that's M as in Mary, PKM Heals.com.
Yeah, I'm going to put all of it in the description box, so
please.
they'll have
Yes.
access as
It's
long as you're in
important.
with your social medias as well, so they can find this and get the help that they need.
Right. Whether you're a provider and you want to start making a difference and changing the lives of these seniors, or anybody who has this specific niche or this specific audience that we can help, right? We can't help everybody, but we can focus on the gap that's in this particular group of people that are suffering, right? And they deserve to live their life comfortable and not
Yeah.
with wound. Like open wound is a big deal. This is not like, oh, they can't walk or, they can't, go outside all the time. No, this is a wound and they have to look at it every day. They have to feel it every day. They have to
Excuse me, because y'all, it's like bed sore type wound too.
Yeah.
anything.
All that.
There's we've had fire wounds.
Yeah.
We've had bed sore wounds. We've had, a trip and fall. I can't tell you how many times, my friends' grandmothers or grandfathers fall and they cannot heal with 70 and 80-year-old stem cell. So that's where we come in, right? We partner with tissue banks all over the nation that have scientists in the lab dedicating their life and their research to this to make our healthcare a better place.
This was so informative. I did not know anything like this was out here.
And that's
It
sad.
exists.
And that's so sad.
I didn't
because
know what
most-
stem cell really was, honestly. That's why I'm like,
but
what is it?
But you know
Yeah.
what? And everybody should know that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you know
Everybody
why they
should
don't know
that.
it, right?
Of course.
Because there's a gap between how much money you have and how much money you can use to preserve your life.
and healing should be for everybody, regardless of how much you make.
But think about it this way.
Right.
If I told you, hey, all it takes is $25,000 for you to go down to Cabo and change your life forever and heal your Lyme's disease.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to choose between that $25,000 and what you pay for your rent and your food and your resources, right? Because the government and your healthcare plan is not going to pay for it. You've got to come out of pocket for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge
yeah.
difference, right?
You right.
yeah.
Damn
So
right.
it's like the ones that can or the ones that can't, right? And if you have the resources, great. But for the ones that can't, it's like, oh well,
Yeah.
And, the funny part is I've seen stories where I've seen older people who found out about this technology later on in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it was too late. But I've seen them stage 4 cancer and would go down to Cabo, get the IV, get taken care, and they were able to give themselves 6 more months.
Wow.
Or a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
It
Hell
is.
yeah, it
I mean,
is.
6 months is a big extension when you're supposed to die.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Come
Absolutely.
on.
Even though God has the final say, realistically,
Yeah.
Yes.
that will help.
But it makes your
Absolutely.
life and your whether you're kind of like declining, because that's what you do after a certain age, right? And it makes the rest, because we have an obligation, right? And our government has an obligation, and facilities that we work with have an obligation to make them comfortable for the rest of their life, however long that might be, right? And so we don't, obviously we don't target people that are actively dying, but those that are sitting in these facilities and suffering, those are the people we're looking for. So, if you're a doctor and you have this particular audience of clientele, right, or patients that come in with Part B, traditional Medicare Part B, that's the only part we can help. Because in what date was it, babe? October 23?
Yeah. So that was October 1st of 2023. They
Yep.
Medicare updated their LCD guidelines, where initially it was only in a few states, but then now they're allowing all 50 states. So they're looking for mass adoption, essentially, because they see it. They see
They see it working.
Well, not only that, but they see the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Because these people that have these wounds, it's not just a wound. that wound can grow to stage 2, stage 3, stage 4.
Wow.
Maybe sepsis sets in. Now you're talking amputation.
Yeah.
And
now
if
you
you're
lose your
so
whole
then
foot.
if that patient's getting amputated, right? Now they only have like 2 or 3 years to live at that point.
Now you're talking about quality of life.
And then on top of that, now you're talking physical therapy, PT, psych.
It gets
So
expensive.
it gets very, very expensive.
That's hectic too.
And even for these
I know.
claims to be paid, right? So Medicare sees this and they love these grafts. So they're only going to pay these doctors hand over fist for only a short amount of time before they say, "Oh, you'll sell this on the shelf at Walmart for $50, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right?
Yeah.
So that's where we are.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I do. Oh, you had something to say?
No, I'm just like, wow.
Processing that. It's a lot, right?
It's a lot, yeah.
Okay, so we talked the business. Okay.
yes.
We don't have that much time, but guess what? I need to get into that relationship. Okay. Not
Oh, let's
necessarily
get into
Let's
it.
talk about
in the
love
bedroom.
all day.
I'm sorry,
We
no,
love
because
love.
I'm only going to ask you one question, okay?
Okay.
And then I need
Okay.
you guys to. There's a part I need you guys to do before we complete this. It's something that I need to
Okay.
hear. Okay. What is
I'm
something you guys do
be
to
so-
spice up the relationship?
I want you.
I want to do this. This is my.
I'm gonna
part
let
right
you
here.
answer this.
Okay.
I mean, this is why we're here in California.
Right.
You know,
PG.
we pride ourselves because we have a lot of kids, right? And then there's a lot of responsibility. We're much is given, much is required, right? But
Always.
what we always do is we say, you know what? And say it. Screw these kids. We're gonna go do something for ourselves, right? So whether that be a candlelight dinner in Malibu with the ocean waves hitting our resort, right?
Right, resort.
Yeah,
with the
the
fire
resort.
going in the background, right?
Yeah.
Like we always find a way
Yeah.
to make that thing that's supposed to happen.
Yep.
You know,
I know
And so
that's right.
That's how
We
we
never
get
stop
down.
dating.
We never stop dating. We are, whether we're here or whether we're in the Dominican Republic, we are finding ways
My man,
to
my
make
man,
this
my
relationship
man.
great.
I know that's right.
Absolutely.
Okay, so in this moment, I need you guys both to do me a big favor.
All right.
Okay. Kayla, you can start in first. It's got to start from the tail, then it got to end in the head.
I'm in trouble.
I need you to pour into your man, okay? Just say a couple of things, pour into him, encourage him, give him something, and then you're going to do the same thing to her.
Okay.
I love that.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm a little emotional. Okay. Manuel, babe. Big Daddy is what I call him sometimes.
Big Daddy.
I'm not lying. I love you. I appreciate you. I admire you. I am submissive to you because I trust you. And I trust your character. And I trust that you'll lead our family in the right way. And I trust you with my life. And I'm blessed to be able to be with you because Grandma Rose did an amazing job. And you're an amazing man. And it takes one to know one. So I love you. I hope I'm always encouraging to you. I hope that you feel loved every single day because you deserve the world. You really do. So I love you.
Love you.
Shit, I almost dropped a tear.
Beautiful.
Right?
You want me to follow up?
I'm in
after
love,
that,
y'all.
Chief?
And
No, for
I
real.
can't.
I remember when y'all first walked in. It's like, I miss you already.
That's
I was
right.
like, these microphones are too far. No, I really love you. And I thank you for taking on the responsibility of kids that are not yours and allowing and trusting me to be a mother figure to your kids because I see you in them. And I'm proud of all of our children.
Yes.
And we have a family that we've built and it's a blended family, but it's the best family I've seen.
Yeah.
And I've seen some blood on blood families that it's like
Okay.
So that's what I
Yes.
want to say. You are amazing. You're a great man of God.
Still going.
You're a professional. You do the right thing, and I trust you with my life. You're an amazing man.
Thank you, babe. I appreciate that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Well, baby K,
That's my nickname. It's on my necklace.
I thank
Oh.
God every day for you coming into my existence because without you, I don't think this last iteration of my life has even been possible. I believe in you. I trust you. I know that you're going to be there for my children, even when I'm not here or there.
Absolutely.
I know that not only I can trust you with my life, but I can trust you with the extension of my life, which is my children. And I am grateful that you have allowed me to in your children's life, because I love them just as much as I love you. There is nothing that I want to do without you. Like, I want to just, for whatever we decide to do in this life, whether it be moving to California or I don't know, staying in San Antonio, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm with you, I know all things are going to be great. And I love you.
Babe.
I do.
love you so much,
Well,
babe.
they're going to have a
fucking beautiful.
They're going to have a tremendous night.
Wow.
And
That's dope.
That is so beautiful.
we be saying that like all day. I'm not lying. We're not a perfect couple, and we're a little shady sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Ain't nothing perfect, but that's why I wanted you guys to pour into each other.
thank you.
Ladies,
you
I
know-
wish this kind of love for all of us.
And
Yes.
there's also
And it
that
will
attitude
happen.
for gratitude, right? That
Yes.
attitude for gratitude for something that you have, not don't. Because I never look at Kayla for what she doesn't have. I always look at her for what she brings to the table now.
I know that's
And I
right.
love
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I love that.
Thank
I
you.
That's
dive into
deep.
that, pour into that, and I just want her to know that regardless of the situation, I want her to continue to grow, right? So like
Yeah.
in that, I'm here to support that growth.
Every step of the way.
Every step of the way.
That's right. Y'all rocking. I love it.
Right?
I'm here
Oh, yeah.
for it. Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, we thank you guys so much for coming to the
This
podcast.
was amazing.
Yes.
Like,
Thank
for
you,
real.
guys.
You are my first family member to come on the podcast, girl.
Yes.
I mean, literally, she live in Texas with my mama, honey.
Yes, I love
So-
your mom.
Yes. Well, if you guys are at home, you know how we do. You guys pick the shot. So we have some Don Julio here. But before we leave, just say this. Just us and we trust. This shot is a must. Remember, because we're going to start using it. I'm one of your hosts,
love
Jacob Willis.
And it's your girl just living, baby.
And we'll see you guys in episode 79.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, also, we're going to leave this episode off with this commercial from their business. I'm also going to put all their links in the description box. Until next time, darling.
Bye.
Walk with God and not in fear. Grow, learn, and adapt. Let's say yes to being extraordinary. Let's go the extra mile and conquer the battle together.
Punch played Phil Jackson in my early practices. Strategies on how to be great amongst the averages. I picked his brain on what was ordained. Highly collaborative. Rep pushed the label the same amongst the savages. Moose kept
We're out here and we're changing lives, but we're changing our own life in the process.
Sound wave let me borrow his clothes
For the remarkable journeys that we're able to do, you know, go to Vegas, go to Miami, you know, go to DR.
I lost to go get everything I won. Yeah, they said I got 5 years and they said I got fat, but I'm home now. The only thing fat's the bread that I stack. I'm what these boys are trying to be. That's why they're lying on me. You were seeking validation, I was buying the key. I ain't asking no one to give my flowers. I don't want any flowers, 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 flowers.
We've created an environment where we create the most impact. We have the most love for each other. We develop a culture that really resonates throughout the entire organization.
It's a personal journey for me, and the impact that's come from that personal journey has been enormous.
It is essential to continuously drive forward with purpose and determination for growth and success. That can only happen with action.
Came to win, to fight, to conquer, to thrive. I came to win,
If you don't show up, then nothing will happen.
to rise, to
I feel blessed to have an opportunity to really make a difference, not only in my and my family's life, but also being a blessing to others.
This will go long beyond where we're living today. And what we get to do is nice, but the real impact comes when we're not here.
My name is Manuel Thomas.
My name is Kayla Summers.
My name is Rod Jackson. I'm with MPKM.
get ready for